Welcome to Hiking Adventures with Mark Winfield. Lunenburg County hikers are at Simpson's Corner for a winter hike. We just recently had our first real snowfall of the winter, which has come late to Nova Scotia because it's near the end of January. Simpson's Corner is near New Germany, which is about an hour south of Halifax in Nova Scotia. What is there about this place that brought you here?
It's, I guess, the beauty of the bluff. I heard about the bluff for 20 years before I ever took a trip to the bluff. But it's a nice walk through, an old hayfield, an old country road. There's a couple of camps in this area, but...
Is this is private land?
This is private land.
And we have permission?
We do have permission.
But generally people wouldn't have permission. They'd have to ask the landowners, right?
Absolutely.
Yeah.
Pulls camera.
Right. Well, at least today
So we have to follow COVID restrictions, so that's why we're going in groups of 10, and you're supposed to keep 2 meters apart if you can, unless you're in a bubble. I know some couples or two friends and so on, so that's fine. Hopefully you have everything with you will need, because there's no services or anything back here, and if you need to relieve yourself, you're going to have to go in the bushes. And the first group, your leader is Nancy Vino here in the orange, and her sweep is Mark Winfield right here. Both members of the planning group for the club, and right here is Lloyd Knott. He's another member of our planning group, and I'm Janice Rand, and we'll probably only have one other group, so we're going to wait. Well, you and I'll wait for the next group. Yep. So it's a very in and out trail, and it's mostly woods roads and not a lot of elevation, and
just wanted to take a minute and tell you folks that when it's not snow covered, this entire area by the park is all ledge. It's really a nice, flat, smooth surface. Just kind of nice to see something like that.
So, it's what, slate or something, or?
Yes.
Oh, neat.
Yes.
I'm breaking the trail, and if you've ever hiked with a group of hikers, the person who's breaking the trail, has the most amount of work. So what you normally do as a group is you take turns being the first one out front to sort of share the workload. Beautiful today. I'm still in the lead and working hard. There's no wind. So I stripped down to my base layer, which is a merino wool t-shirt, long sleeve. And I'm very comfortable. Nancy?
That's just a grown-up old hauling road where, forefathers used to go in and chop wood decades ago.
Probably with horses.
Oh, a tractor did go in there as well. A tractor was used, but before that it was horses.
You can go in front. Do we say cheese or snow?
So we're in the wilderness.
Are you tubing?
What we always called the Lester Hyson Road, and he's been deceased a long time. His son Arthur owned it, and he's gone. but it takes you over to Baker country. And a lot of people do the Baker Road because natural resources worked up there for many years, and it was always hunting country.
Okay.
The deer left, but there's lots of camps up there.
So what time of year would that have been, Nancy?
It was May. I forget the date, but I think it was the first week in May.
And the lightning strike started it.
Yes, it did, and it burnt. The fire department helped put it out. Natural resources were here. They sent the firemen home, and it reignited overnight and burnt more. So there were people up here in the forest for like 4 days watching for hot spots.
Oh, yeah. And it mostly was on the ground.
It was, and it's this camp road and the adjacent camp road that runs perpendicular that helped to contain it.
Yeah, so that'd be the summer of 2020.
Yes, it was.
Yep.
There was a new camp constructed in this area, and the fire was actually all the way around it, but the fire crew did well to wet it down to save that structure because you know, it was only in the beginning stages. The
Yep.
walls were up.
Yep.
The guy that had that, I never met the hunter that owned that. He came out for many years, but there hasn't been anyone down here this past year and maybe 2 years. So I don't know if he's too old to hunt, he sold the property, or
Who knows?
unknown. Never met the man. Yes, this camp is owned by Wagner, and he calls it the 8-Point Lodge because he killed an 8-pointer up here long before he built the camp. And he always had a vision of having a camp within sight of the bluff because his property bound is right on the face of the bluff. Thank you.
Yep. So what'd you find down there, Nancy?
I only went a little ways, and it looked like I was going wrong. With all the trees laying over, it's difficult to pick out that little towpath, so we're going with what we know.
We're hiking towards the bluff on a woods trail now. We're up against an escarpment here. I guess maybe that's the bluff. I'm not sure. What are you seeing over there, Bev? It's a large bluff for this part of the world. Definitely bushwhacking here. So I just stopped and put my puff jacket on because snow is falling on me quite a bit in this rough little bushwhack section. Snow doesn't go good with my t-shirt. Woods are beautiful.
One has been called Little Bluff, one's called Big Bluff. People have confused it over the years.
This is called the West Cliff, isn't it? So Nancy was just telling us that she almost got lost here. Are you going to deny that, Nancy?
Not almost, I did. Because I was exploring beyond, because I was going to take a group of hikers here. So I wanted them to see the beauty of all the rocks, and there's tons up there. So I went beyond, and when I decided to come back, instead of returning to the point I knew best, in my determination, I just continued. And darkness comes early, November 22nd. But I was rescued that night, but I was prepared to spend the night. I didn't think anyone should come after someone that was foolishly just exploring the woods.
That's the reason you take stuff with you when you go hiking.
Yes.
Because you only have what you bring with you to help yourself when you need to. Now watch this branch doesn't come back at you, Bev. And the snow's starting, which is nice.
It has been a beautiful day.
It is. Thank you for watching our presentation. I hope you enjoyed it. Please join Lunenburg County Hikers on Facebook. That's where we have information on our guided hikes, our Zoom presentations, and it's a great place to exchange hiking information. Please also visit my hiking channel, which has other club hikes. It's got hikes that I've done and recordings of our Zoom presentations. Thank you.